Hello, and welcome to the Drug Discovery World podcast. My name is Giles, and I'm here to take you through another topical and insightful article from Drug Discovery World. Today's episode is the feature article taken from our recent Spring 2018 issue, and is titled Artificial Intelligence and Biopharma R&D IT. The article was written by the PRISME Forum, which is the de facto R&D IT leadership group of the global biopharmaceutical industry. So now onto the main article, Artificial Intelligence and Biopharma R&D IT. This episode discusses issues around artificial intelligence and biopharma R&D IT, and outlines how AI can be a potentially transformative technology for the biopharmaceutical and healthcare industries. As noted in the Ernst & Young 2007 Beyond Borders Biotechnology report, R&D productivity remains an ongoing concern. Artificial intelligence and the accompanying analytics are now so advanced that these tools promise to improve the traditional drug target selection and R&D process. The PRISME Forum is the biopharmaceutical industry R&D IT leadership group that meets twice a year. It addresses common industry challenges, shares use cases, and catalyzes more rapid creation, adoption, and application of solutions to increase the efficiency and effectiveness of biopharmaceutical R&D. As such, there is a contribution that the PRISME Forum should make to the development and implementation of AI to reduce the time and cost of bringing new medicines to market to treat unmet patient needs. With that in mind, the PRISME Forum focused its fall 2017 technical meeting on the potential of artificial intelligence, AI, to improve biopharma R&D and healthcare. So let's begin with a definition of artificial intelligence. What is artificial intelligence, or AI? A Google search reveals a practical definition, i.e., the theory and development of computer systems able to perform tasks that normally require human intelligence, such as visual perception, speech recognition, decision-making, and translation between languages. However, IBM research provides a more pragmatic definition of AI, and that is, by AI, we mean anything that makes machines act more intelligently. And this is the definition that will be adopted in this episode. There are many technical definitions and taxonomies that can be used to stratify the various computer science tools that live under the umbrella term AI. Indeed, AI experts can get excited about the nuances between terms such as machine intelligence and human intelligence, or deep learning methods and pattern matching. For further background, Stanford University's initiative on the 100-year study on artificial intelligence, or AI 100, provides a perspective on the history and future of AI. This article identifies the start of the AI 100 timeline with Alan Turing's 1950 paper on computing machinery and intelligence. Technologists working in life science R&D should be interested in the practical applications within biopharma R&D. IBM's pragmatic definition of AI is helpful and helps identify the opportunities in automation that are not necessarily in alignment with precise computer science definitions of AI. AI and machine learning at a tipping point. AI and machine learning have reached a tipping point. While many of the AI-based computer science techniques have been available for some time, for example neural networks, the increase in data availability, vastly more powerful and easily accessed computer power, increased interest in data science and analytics, and improvements in algorithms have transformed the AI landscape. A recent Harvard Business Review article states that, in the sphere of business, AI is poised to have a transformational impact on the scale of early general-purpose technologies. Although AI is already in use in thousands of companies around the world, most big opportunities have not yet been tapped. In addition, a recent Forbes article cites the necessity to start embracing AI technologies and revamping human resource strategies to create data science-driven interdisciplinary teams has become a matter of the future business sustainability for biopharma organizations. Biopharma Opportunities in AI. A crowdsourced, multi-author paper entitled Opportunities and Obstacles for Deep Learning in Biology and Medicine was created by a broad list of contributors, many academic, from around the world. The paper highlights a number of opportunities and challenges in applying deep learning to biology and medicine. It examines applications of deep learning to a variety of biomedical problems, in particular 1. Patient classification, 2. Fundamental biological processes, and 3. Treatment of patients. The conclusion was that the future would see deep learning powering changes at the bench and bedside, with the potential to transform several areas of biology and medicine. Discussion at the meeting revealed that many technology-based companies were highlighting their AI capabilities as the market quickly responded to the enthusiasm for the potential of AI, and in particular, to the use of AI in life science R&D and healthcare. More than 30 relevant examples were quickly identified, but it was widely recognized that any list of organizations active in the evolving R&D, IT, healthcare, AI landscape would be rapidly evolving. There are many opportunities for the application of AI across the life science, R&D, healthcare pipeline. However, the timescales in which they might create benefit varies. Importantly, there are today many near-term opportunities for AI that are not as yet adopted broadly, but that have clear benefits for biopharmaceutical R&D. Examples might include image analysis and phenotypic screening of drug candidates, drug repositioning and competitive intelligence through data integration, clinical trial cost and timeline improvement. For example, protocol authoring, patient recruiting, site monitoring, and risk assessment have already been implemented in commercial products and services from CROs. And finally, cost savings in pharmacovigilance and regulatory reporting, for example through robotic process automation. So what are the implications of artificial intelligence for the biopharmaceutical industry? The 60 or so participants at the meeting were organized into 5 different discussion groups to consider the actions that biopharmaceutical companies would need to take to be in a position to derive advantage of this emerging AI technology. Each group considered one of the following 5 perspectives: skills, data, organization, infrastructure, and metrics, and we'll now go through these in turn. Firstly, skills. Leveraging AI in biopharma required the IT function and the R&D IT groups to have a strong foundation of the traditional skills and the willingness, flexibility, and capability to acquire new skills, spanning science, mathematics, and technology. There are also foundational capabilities required that are cultural and cross-disciplinary, and include a process to innovate rapidly and to assess value from placed bets in the quickly changing AI landscape. The MIT Sloan article entitled "How Innovative is Your Company's Culture?" provides practical guidance for assessing a corporate culture and highlights that an innovative culture rests on a foundation of 6 building blocks: resources, processes, values, behavior, climate, and success. The adoption of AI follows a similar trajectory as with other technology innovations. There are many examples and articles on innovation management processes, which generally focus on knowing what problem it is one needs to solve, establishing success criteria, experimenting rapidly, either to fail quickly or to demonstrate value, and scaling up successful experiments. The Global Innovation Management Institute describes one Rapid Iterative Experimentation Process, RIEP, in the article Rapid Iterative Experimentation Process, a Lean Startup Style Approach to Innovation. Sanjoy Ray at Merck has been an influential voice on this topic in pharma, describing a hypothesis-driven approach and rapid short experiments where good failures are celebrated. And now moving on to data. The recent boom in big data and the development of the management principles to exploit big data is one of the driving forces for the re-emergence of AI. Without big data, preferably of high quality and lots of it, AI would be starved of the raw material upon which it depends. 4 key areas of focus for biopharma successfully to adopt AI capabilities were highlighted as data strategy, data governance, knowledge representation, and data stewardship. Firstly, data strategy. Data strategy focuses on establishing the overarching strategy for how a company wants to create, manage, and use its data assets. A data strategy provides a roadmap for a company to advance its data capabilities and includes addressing key questions, such as, what is the data that will generate competitive advantage that we should maintain for the enterprise over time? What data do we need that is external to our company? And what data do we need to generate to be competitive? And secondly, data governance. Data governance is comprised of the overall management of the FAIR data principles: findability, availability, integrity, and reusability, along with the security and confidentiality of the data used in an enterprise. A good data governance approach defines who is the responsible owner for the data, what quality standards should be applied to the data, how data will be managed to those standards going forward. Data privacy regulations, for example the European Union GDPR, are an important topic. Organizations need to ensure that they're knowledgeable about the regulations and are in a position to be in compliance with GDPR. And now on to knowledge representation. This focuses on how we store and represent data and how we structure data for usability. And then fourthly, data stewardship. Data stewardship focuses on the skilled resources required to put a data strategy and data governance into practice. It addresses the challenge of how to resource and operate on a daily basis the curation and maintenance of an organization's data and the continuous improvement of data quality and value. Intellectual property and data pose new challenges in the context of AI. As an industry, the following questions arise. First, when are we able to share pre-competitively? Second, when are we willing to share pre-competitively? And third, when does sharing put intellectual property at risk? The biopharmaceutical industry has, in general, considered knowledge of software and technology to be pre-competitive and shareable, while data and information about specific compounds and the specific processes by which they are developed into drugs is considered proprietary and not shareable. The question is, with an algorithm trained on proprietary datasets, would biopharma companies be willing to share the algorithm independently of the data? For many companies, the answer may well be no. If the data cannot be shared, then the algorithm trained on that data cannot be shared. However, the untrained algorithm could potentially be considered shareable. AI thrives on training datasets. The richer and more diverse the training dataset, the richer and more diverse can be the interpolation from the AI machine. Cross-industry opportunities to share data can create richer training datasets and allow AI algorithms to function better. The IMI eTox project provides one example of such a pre-competitive, collaborative data sharing initiative. Now moving on to organization. With the adoption of cloud-based technologies, the role of the IT organization in the enterprise is evolving rapidly. The boundary between IT and other functions is changing as IT becomes a facilitator and more deeply embedded within business functions. This changing landscape comes even more sharply into focus as new skills and so-called double-deep resources, i.e. personnel knowledgeable in both business functions and the technology, are required to leverage data and the underlying technologies of AI. There is no simple answer to the question of whether an enterprise should adopt a centralized or a decentralized approach. For example, a single chief data officer and centers of excellence versus a decentralized approach with data sciences embedded in the functions. Success depends instead on many factors ranging from company size and culture to process, technology, and data maturity. Companies vary in the way they support technology innovations such as AI. Regardless of model, centralized or decentralized, successful AI technology implementation requires a focus on cross-functional partnership and teams. Platforms and data standards should be maintained at an enterprise level by IT organizations, and leverage IT skill sets such as information architecture, systems architecture, and knowledge representation. Data reporting and analysis should be the focus of embedded experts in the subdisciplines applying AI. It can be argued that both centralized and decentralized approaches might increase the pace of adoption. For example, centralization encourages the recruitment and retention of scarce skill sets, creates standards, shares use cases across functions, increases organizational commitment, and the faster reuse of technology. However, decentralization increases discipline agility and expertise, and discipline-level innovation keeps focus on value and with a lower governance hurdle, enabling faster deployment of resources. Many capabilities founded on AI evolve into something else as they become successful. Examples might include help desk automation, image analysis, imaging biomarkers, supply chain analytics, genomic data analysis, computational chemistry, field force and promotion analytics, and clinical protocol authoring. By the time the system is working well, responsibility for using the technology is more amenable to decentralization. An IT organization should strive to create the environment for domain experts to self-serve their reports and analytics, and to be a partner for advice and implementation of new platforms and technologies, or to manage new types of data. This ensures less siloing of data and redundancy of platforms, and builds enterprise-level data assets. And next, infrastructure. AI infrastructure requirements fall into two categories. First, the foundational capabilities that most companies have today which might need enhanced capability or greater agility or more mature processes to be effective for AI management. And second, the emerging capabilities that are not yet as mature in most companies today and will require new investment to create. Much of the infrastructure cannot be achieved if the enterprise does not first have a clear data strategy and data inventory as part of the data management environment. The next perspective is metrics. What metrics will be most effective in measuring AI maturity and the success of AI implementation efforts? There are at least three broad categories for measuring the success of AI efforts. Firstly, experiments. This means a number of AI pilots, and within these pilots there should be cycle time reduction, cost savings, or quality metrics for rapid assessment of value. There should be the rapid conclusion of pilots, both successes and failures, and then for production implementation of the successful pilots. And second, automation. This is where we should see a high percentage of the process becoming automated, and human responsibilities becoming concentrated on the high-level decision-making organization of personnel and scientific interpretation tasks. And thirdly, decision quality. This means metrics that show that AI-enabled decision-making increases decision quality. Setting accountabilities and goals around these areas can provide the organizational incentives successfully to advance the AI agenda. Summary: Artificial Intelligence and Biopharma R&D IT. Artificial intelligence is a potentially transformative technology for the biopharmaceutical and healthcare industries, and has many applications for which a rapidly evolving set of technology vendors and services is emerging. The PRISME Forum technical meeting in November 2017 brought together R&D IT experts from across 30 top biopharma companies to map a path to successful adoption of AI, and to prioritize the actions that organizations should take to be competitive with artificial intelligence and biopharma R&D IT. There are implications for all facets of R&D IT that we've discussed in this episode: skills, data, organization, infrastructure, and metrics. Of these, staffing with the right set of skills, redefining the role of IT, and measuring success are the most important factors in equipping a company to obtain competitive advantage with AI. New capabilities must be built on a solid R&D IT foundation of people, process, culture, and technology. Strong partnership and cross-functional teams that bridge organizational constructs are essential to successful innovation. This article was written by the PRISME Forum. The PRISME Forum, which stands for Pharmaceutical R&D Information Systems Management Forum, is the de facto R&D IT leadership group of the global biopharmaceutical industry. Currently, it has more than 40 members drawn from 30 different biopharmaceutical companies, representing 9 of the top 10 companies and 25 of the top 30 companies by R&D expenditure. The PRISME Forum's mission is to enhance the efficiency, effectiveness, and impact of global R&D IT in biopharma. Each PRISME Forum hosts a technical meeting which brings together relevant opinion leaders and technical experts to increase the awareness of the PRISME Forum members of the opportunities for biopharmaceutical R&D IT to advance patient-centered drug discovery and development by optimizing R&D IT. If you've enjoyed this episode, then you can subscribe to the journal free of charge by visiting ddw-online.com. You'll also be able to view full articles, including references, and download the original PDFs of past articles, including this one. You can find the links to the article and PDF for this episode in the show notes. If you've enjoyed the podcast, then as always, please do leave us a review and subscribe, as we'd love to hear what you think. And you can also follow us on LinkedIn and Twitter. Thanks for listening, and we hope to see you in our next episode.